Hey guys, it's Bscat here for the first episode of my newest show. It's called Concert Reviews, where I'm going to review concerts that I've gone to. So my first review is going to be of a Genesis The Last Domino tour. So as you know, I went there on Friday night. If you've seen on my social media, I posted a lot of videos. There's also some on my YouTube that I dropped yesterday, which would have been Saturday. And yeah, great show. And I'm also going to be reviewing the Scotiabank Arena to tell you all their policies. So let's get right into it. So let's talk about the Scotiabank Arena first. So if you go to the Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto, Canada, you have to show proof of vaccination. So you have to have a QR code, which is obviously what I have, or else you cannot get in. So getting through the main gates was not an issue. I got there around when the gates were opened. There was no lineup. I got right in. I showed them my QR code. Staff were friendly. Security was great. Also, very, very important, you are not allowed to bring any kind of bag in. Only a small purse if you're a female. There's a no bag policy. They have that in place to keep the security people, guards, safe, because obviously they don't want to touch your stuff during COVID. So yeah, so if you're going to any shows, a Raptors game, Leafs game at the Scotiabank Arena coming up, do not bring any bags with you because they will not be allowed in. But yeah, I was basically through everything in less than 5 minutes. Staff were amazing. I have found my seat very good. Mask compliance, because you have to wear a mask. It was pretty good. I guess because it was a Genesis concert and it was mainly older people. If it was maybe a younger crowd, if it was a Justin Bieber concert, it might be less compliant. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, so it was great to be back in the building. I used to work in the building. For some of you that don't know, I used to be a security guard. I did a lot of events. I've worked for a lot of bands. I've not worked for Genesis. Just putting that out there. But yeah, it was just great. I had a good seat. I was in section 104. My entire row was empty. So yeah, so let's now I'll get into the concert. So my rating for the Scotiabank Arena itself would be a 4 out of 5. Tremendously great atmosphere. Food prices and stuff like that, overpriced, but I didn't buy any food or drink. I just went straight through security. Staff were friendly. From basically what I saw, it was a great time. Yep. So 4 out of 5 for the Scotiabank Arena. Now for the show itself. Awesome show. For guys who are probably in their 70s, I don't really know their ages, they could still play very good. Phil Collins sounded amazing. Yes, he didn't sound exactly like how he used to from my childhood, but he sounded really good. And I know what you're probably saying. He's not from your childhood. He actually is. So for those of you who are my age, 26 in that range, so basically it's the millennial era, he actually did the soundtrack for the Tarzan movie on the Disney animated version years ago. The guy did a great soundtrack. Unfortunately, last night he did not play any of his single stuff. He only played a Genesis stuff. There was a guy behind me yelling the whole time, "Play Coming in the Air tonight." Unfortunately, it's not his single tour. He's not going to play his single stuff. He's only going to play Genesis stuff. And that's basically all they did. But it was still a great show. I really do hope that he does do a single tour. I do want to see him on a single tour. But if he doesn't, I am just so happy that I actually saw him on tour, because I've always wanted to see him. But yeah, so let's get into the Genesis review. I'm sorry, I know I'm ranting. Very expensive tickets, that much I will tell you. I paid $200 for my ticket. I know that sounds crazy, but I do think it was worth it. It was not a sold-out show. there was a ton of empty seats, even on the floor. I do think personally maybe they need to scale down the size of the venues that Genesis plays. I don't think that they're that well known. They're only well known through basically like an older crowd. I'm sorry, I basically just woke up. They're not that well known. They have more of an older following. Yeah. So maybe I do highly recommend that maybe if they do come back, even though this tour is supposed to be their final tour, we all know whenever a band says that they're going on their final tour, it's not their final tour, and you don't know what to believe anymore. Look at bands like Kiss and Motley Crue. Oh, we're going to have our final tour a couple years ago, and now they're on their final tour. It's all about the money, because money talks, and that's all most of these bands really care about. If you're buying tickets, if you're buying merchandise, they don't care. Same with the WWE. As long as you're buying a ticket, and stuff like that, they're just going to keep on coming because it's a machine. But yeah, if this was your final tour, it was really good. Sorry, I know I'm ranting. So let's go back to the show. The show itself was approximately 2 hours. Surprisingly, Phil actually sung really good, like I said, throughout the whole show. He did sit throughout the whole show because he's had a lot of surgeries and stuff like that. He did not play the drums, unfortunately, because he's had a lot of problems. But his son, Nick, who's a lot younger, was on drums, and that guy was totally amazing. The regular band members were there. I don't remember their names. I'm really sorry. But no, their set was amazing. They played all the great songs. They played Mama, Tonight, Land of Confusion, I Can't Dance, and so many more that I didn't really know. But it was still an amazing time. They had an amazing LED display. If you do go to the show, I do know that they're in Buffalo tonight. If you're desperate to go, they are in Buffalo tonight, Saturday. Actually, this is actually being filmed on Sunday. So tonight they are in Detroit. Last night they were in Buffalo, and then Friday they were in Toronto, which is when I saw them. Sorry about that. But yeah, tremendous TV display behind them. A lot of references to current affairs, if you've seen my videos, but amazing, and the band sounded amazing. I would definitely see them again if I could. I wish I could see them back in their heyday, but I'm far too young. I wish that there was a time machine that I could go back in time and see Genesis, but I can't. Everyone's asking, was a Gabriel there? He was not there. It was only Phil Collins. Like I said, he is in his 70s. He does not move around a lot. He does have to use a cane to move around if he does stand up. But you know what? It is what it is. He still sounded amazing. It was great. Ticket prices, again, were very expensive. $202. I know, like, I'm going back to what I said. My entire row was empty. There was nobody there. Yes, I did have a couple behind me, but the other rows around me were, like, totally empty. And I actually went onto the Ticketmaster website. I was the only person in my row. Half the arena was basically sold out. Now, there could be now, to be fair, there could have been a lot of different factors. One, ticket prices were very expensive. The cheapest ticket was $150, I think. Second, COVID-19, the virus. Maybe, like a lot of people were nervous. Third, they did just announce that brand new variant. Maybe that had people on edge. And fourth, maybe just a lot of people just didn't know who they were, unless you're like an older person. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do think Genesis, they need to maybe start to play smaller venues. Maybe like a Falls View Casino, a Casino Rama, places like that. Because the Scotiabank Arena, they cannot sell out, and it's a waste of money if you rent a venue and you don't sell it out. you're not making your money. You're not. You're basically losing money because, like, when you play a massive venue, you expect to sell out. That's what every band wants. But you're not going it to sell out every night, and that's fine. But at least you should have a lot of asses in the seats. You know what I'm saying? But so my review of the Genesis concert, I'd probably give it one of the best shows that I've ever seen. And I've been to a lot of concerts, folks, and I'm going to be doing a lot more videos of these. Probably a 5 out of 5. You know what? They didn't need a pyrotechnics. They didn't need any of that stuff. It was just an amazing show. The guy sounded great for 70 years old. Phil Collins sounded amazing. I am going to do one little rant. This is not anything to do with the concert or Scotiabank Arena. Getting home from there was a nightmare. There was no Lakeshore East GO train service because they're doing a construction work. I'm going to rant right now to Metrolinx. You should have waited until after midnight. You knew that there was a show. There were a lot of people at Union Station who did not know how to get home. You should not have shut down the Lakeshore East line until after midnight. You basically should have run one last train at 11:15 and got everyone out of there. But no, you made us have to walk. Well, me personally, I walked all the way to Yonge and Dundas because I wanted to grab food. And that's another rant that I am going to get into right now. I'm sorry, folks. I know I'm ranting. Nothing is open downtown past 11 o'clock. If you want to get food, nothing's open. McDonald's is closed. Burger King is closed. Why is stuff closed in downtown Toronto at 11 o'clock at night? I get those homeless people and stuff, but hire security. Don't lock a fucking restaurant at 11 o'clock at night. You're losing too much money. Alright, guys. Rant's over. Again, a Scotiabank Arena rating, 4 out of 5. The Genesis concert rating, 5 out of 5. Highly recommend. If you're in the States, if they haven't been yet to your town, go and see them. If they do come back here to Canada, Toronto, I do highly recommend that you go. Alright, guys. Have a great night. Day, night, whatever. Peace.